to get their attention, I think. Seems to work well. And these two are pretty cool. They're just basically like a bunny spay. This one I call Bluemoon. I named them after my favorite beers. And the other one's Oberon. This one I just put a little black rabbit tail on it, just for a little movement. The hook that I use for these two is an Alec Jackson spade hook, a little lighter wire. I'm not going to do it here, but a lot of times I'll actually weight this with a little bit of 035 lead, just wrap it to get it down even more, because like I said, it's a good winter fly. This one works exceptionally well on the Big Manistee River. Done very well on blue and black, that color combo on the Manistee. And for the body, all I do is just use some of the sparkle braid and just wrap it. So with the weight on it, it will have a thicker profile to it a little bit. The sparkle braid all the way to the eye, just work it up a little bit to the hook shank. And then what I do is kind of like your traditional spay fly or a popsicle. I don't know if you guys are familiar with like your popsicle flies or your big marabou spays. They always look cool when you look at them in magazines, and I know even I tried to figure it out at one time, you know, how did they get it so it all lays back. And that too is, they take their marabou and you're just going to tie it in tip first. So what I do is I'll take it, you learn this in Alaska too. Just tie it in by the tip, but just make sure, you know, when you wrap it, you don't want to really yank it. Just be nice and gentle with it. And what I do is just palmer it, just to the front. And that's the same principle. Those guys, a lot of guys, when you're fishing popsicles, and that's what this.
Oh yeah, we're getting
Just like that, and then I kind of pull it back a little bit, and just tie on it a little so it lays back. Taking like a marabou fly, what you always want to do is have some body in front of it, and that's what's really going to give that undulation movement in the current. If you just took the marabou, like when you look at those popsicles in a magazine or a book or whatnot, you can't see it, but they have some chenille or something behind it. And then on this one I take some silver holographic Flashabou. This is actually silver on top and gold on the bottom. And I put the silver so it's facing up. And I'll tie that up. Just like so. And then I'll throw a little bit of blue on top of it. The blue on top of it. It's a pretty good combo. It's kind of like black and copper. Those are probably my two favorites for trout when I'm stripping streamers for big browns. So that's that. Throw in another little bit of marabou. Same thing, just tie it in the tip. You could do even blue marabou. I mean, you can mix this up. I just do one more black. And just kind of palmer it, fluff it out. It'll turn your fingers all black. Just like that. So it lays over that flash. Just like that. And then for the collar, I just do one mallard. And just the regular popsicles too work really good, I think, in the winter, especially on like the Pere Marquette. A lot of stuff where you're fishing a lot of loggy, log jammy kind of water, the big Manistee. Sometimes I think the way that fly moves, it kind of draws them out of the wood, because in the winter a lot of your steelhead that you're going to find are going to be sitting in snaggier holes, sitting deep. And just tie that off. And then to finish it, I just put a piece of blue schlappen collar on it. And by the tip, and just palmer it forward. There you go. This kind of fly too, you want to, when you're tying it, make sure you leave yourself room. You don't want to have a really big tied off head at the end of it, because it's not going to swim as well. If you got like a bucktail or anything like that, you just want a nice, and that's that. It's just kind of like a bunny spay.